All right, next up we have Siyabonga Zungu from Proudly SA. Are you here, my brother? Siyabonga? Siyabonga is here from Proudly SA. Please can we put our hands together for Siyabonga? Sure, brother.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Siyabonga, as mentioned, from Proudly SA. I'm the brand manager for Proudly South African. Our job is to educate businesses and consumers about the importance of buying local, supporting local businesses. And actually, I think our main driver for this particular platform, is access to market opportunities. I think we try our best to provide access to market opportunities for our member companies. And I think the one thing that we need to almost establish, especially in the township environment, is the importance of associations to member association groups and companies and so forth. So Proudly South African is a membership-based company. We've got various companies that fall under us, Nestle, we've got Unilever, we work with lots like Nissan. They're all Proudly SA companies. They use the Proudly South African logo. So if you go to the store and you see a Kit Kat, you'll have a Proudly SA logo on it. If you see Seekler's Brew, who makes coffees, also in Pick and Pays in Spa, he has a Proudly SA logo, but also in their advertising and their marketing, they utilize the Proudly South African logo. The reason for using that logo or being a member to use that logo is association. So you've got a business, you've got a product, and the idea is that how do people trust your business? How do they know that you are accredited or somebody is affiliated with you and you've got the same logo that will also appear on a Nestle and also on other major brands and products, and a Hisense TV, for instance, on a Nissan and so forth. So that's why that's the goal, I think, for small businesses, is to get association and affiliation so that when your product is also on a shelf, people can say, oh, this is a Proudly South African product, it's made in South Africa, and I can purchase it. And our second part of it is just the goal is just to educate each other as a business. As the previous speaker mentioned, is that the goal of businesses is to associate, network, and work together. If you all have the similar logo on your products, and especially as a member company, if you all made in South Africa, you know that I need a certain component of my product. I can now find another member company that can supply a bit raw material, packaging, marketing resources, and so forth. I think the biggest problem that we find with SMMEs is not working together. Everybody's trying to source things from certain other places and not trying to find inwardly. Is there a place in Soweto and Tembisa, in your regional areas, that you can source material from? But also, is there market opportunities in that regard as well? So if you see that someone else is creating a product, if they're making ikota, for instance, there's an opportunity for Rukuteng Samazambane, for instance. And I think that's what that's how we need to start thinking, that we don't all have to do the same business, but we can provide a supply and value chain to each other. The various, and I think even when you become a Proudly SA member, if you sign up and become a Proudly SA member, there's various opportunities we've given to many companies. We've taken Kona Dladla, which is a pizzeria, we've taken them to Delicious. We gave them a stand. They became, I think Kona Dladla's membership fee is 570 Rand. Delicious stand is like 40,000 Rand, and that's free with branding and so forth. There's Kota King, we took them to Delicious. They made quite a lot of money in that space. So there's various opportunities, exhibitions, expos. It's also about participation, making sure that as a business, do you come and say, guys, what's happening? I see there's an expo, I want to participate. I see there's a webinar, I see there's a conference. Things like now, where you're attending these kind of events, is very important for us, that you participate as a business. You don't just become a member and let it go, but you make sure that you're using the logo correctly. You make sure that you whatever platforms we provide, you utilize them. You know, I think there's something that I'll be honest with you. There's some businesses that don't take advantage of these opportunities. You give them a stand, they don't come up, or they come late, or they don't have their documentation, and they miss out on great opportunities. So it's important that you take your business seriously, and then you participate and you follow suit. So to explore all of these benefits as a Proudly SA member, you need to have 4 criteria, which is fair labor practice. Make sure that you follow fair labor practice. We need to make sure that whatever labor policy or labor laws in the country, you don't employ children at 12 years old and so forth. local content. 50% of your product must be made in South Africa. It's very important that we, as I mentioned before, establish the idea that when you manufacture something, it's not about being a middleman, importing from China and distributing it. We need to find ways where you distribute and manufacture in South Africa. And there are those resources here, but if you're not going to do it, who will? And then who's going to be your customer if you're not employing people? And that's the whole idea. Environmental standards is the culture of taking care of the environment that you work in. You can't make, for example, ikota and then throw the oil estradini right where you're working. So it's very important that we have those kind of criteria. So once you follow all those criteria, then you sign up. Membership fee starts at 570 Rand an annum. Once you've signed up, then you get access to most of the opportunities we have. We've got email newsletters. We profile our companies on our social media platforms. We've got 150,000. I think now we are like 170,000 people on Twitter, about 15,000 on Instagram. So we profile your companies. We try and make, our goal ultimately is to promote local companies. Our goal is not to promote ourselves, and we promote ourselves through you. So if you are successful, we are successful. So Kutlwana, I think, is here. If you want to have any other questions, I'm also still here. And we can take it from there. But if you want to contact, sign up membership lead form, Kutlwano's here. And I don't know if must I take questions or are you done? I don't know. What do you? I think I'm done on my side, but I can take questions if there's any particular questions that need to be asked.
Okay, so my question is, obviously our biggest challenge is certification and the health and safety, right? Would that have to be solved by us before coming to you guys and partnering up with you? Yeah, so that's. I mean, are you gonna help us with the channels in order for us to essentially be part of, Proudly South Africa? Yeah.
So with regards to certification, we do have partnerships with SABS and so forth, but you do need that to be part of Proudly SA. So you do need to have accreditation from your industry body, whether it's a security company. It's a case-by-case basis. We can try to provide linkages to the particular people, but it is important because I'll tell you something. As I said, it's a reputational thing. So once you are becoming a Proudly SA member as your individual company, what you're doing is that when you utilize that logo, you are affiliated and associated to us firstly, but all the other member companies that are in that campaign. So whether it's a Nestle, which is big, whether it's a ShopRite or a Nissan or whatever, those other companies also using the logo. So once they start seeing that reputationally, we just allow everybody in without doing the right accreditations. What ends up happening is that the reputation of the brand diminishes, and then the issue is that consumers don't see the value in the brand that we provide. And that's the main thing. So when we do marketing in two ways. We advertise and market and promote to businesses, because the goal is to change business perceptions. If you've got a furniture company, we're asking Standard Bank to, for example, purchase furniture from a local company. And if you've got a customer, we try to change that mindset as well. We try to change consumers to purchase locally as well, in retail, but also in the outlets and in the environment that you work in. So the idea is to change mindsets to see the importance of South African products.
All right, we'll have one more question because of time. Proudly SA is at the back. They're still with us. So if there's more questions that you have, you can go and visit their store. But we'll just take the last question, Siyabonga. All right, brother.
Okay, thank you very much, Program Director, and greetings are extended to the house. Bongenkosi Mtineso, Township Business Clinic. Well, my question is to, as you've spoken that part of the Proudly South African is to professionalize businesses. Do you also help, for instance, you have a business, Yamakota, but Daina fire extinguisher, which itself lacks professionalism. Secondly, there is a Township Economic Development Act that has been just signed by the Premier David Makura, working with Pakstow, the MEC of Economic Development. How do you then assist township businesses to how practicalize the act into effect? For instance, it also speaks about Property Rights Act. How do we then assist businesses in townships to occupy malls which are located in businesses? Thank you.
Okay, Thank you for the platform. I needed to ask, what is the criteria of saying this product is a South African or proudly South African product? Why I'm asking this question is that there's buying of a certain product that is not South African and rebranding it with an idea from a South African child. That's a typical example that I've seen. And then can you please repeat for me the price to affiliate with Proudly South African? Thank you.
Okay, let me do this, sorry. Okay, I'll take the second question first. So with regards to how do we check that a product is local? So you have a bill of products, a bill of materials. So if you manufacture a t-shirt, you need to specify, I get the cotton from this, I manufacture the shirt here, I do the buttons, I get them from this company, or I manufacture them here. And then the breakdown component, we need 50% of that to be localized. And then the other 50% is fine, because we understand that we live in a global environment. So the idea is not to say 100% of a product is made in South Africa, but majority of the component of manufacturing must be made in South Africa. The reason behind that is that the whole goal is job creation. If you're importing and just selling, you are missing out on the job creation element. And that also then works on services. So in terms of service companies, we want to see how many people you're employing, how many people of them you're employing in South Africa, what is the cost component breakdown in terms of your running costs is made in South Africa, and that's the kind of how we look at it. And then the 4 pillars that you need to look at when we give you a membership is so it's local content, 50% of local content, just like I explained now. Fair labor practice, that you've got labor policies or labor structures. You're not people are working 8 hours. People are not working as long as it follows the labor laws of the country. Environmental standards. Do you have an environmental policy? Because we're trying to entrench in our businesses the love of your own place that you work in. We can't have an attitude of businesses. You make money, but the place that you work in is deteriorating, it's dilapidated, you're throwing things in the ground, because what you're doing, you're preventing the future of the country to be prosperous, and that's what we kind of want. And then the last part is high quality products and services, which is how I answered his question, which is making sure that you have certifications for the particular industry body that you're in. I think that those covers the 2 questions. And then with regards to you remember government is structured in various components. Each agency works in different elements of government. So CEDA provides funding, Proudly SA provides promotions of local products, Brand SA does international branding for the country. So our component is not to kind of assist in that regard in terms of making or professionalizing your business. But however, what we do try to do is that if for example, I'll give you a practical example. When we do Delicious Festival, we fetch some township businesses. For example, I gave you example, Kona Dladla, Kota King, Seedless Brew, some businesses that might not have previously sold in a professionalized market. And in Delicious, they make sure. So they want health certificates, they want trading certificates, they want you to have insurance, all these elements of which we did then assist those companies. And to this day, those companies have now certification to functions in any kind of like high-end or like established event or environment. So where we can, we do try to make sure that businesses follow suit. And that's why also when we provide education and knowledge with regards to when we have webinars and events about branding, we have events about how to maximize in different sectors. We have expos and exhibitions where we allow an opportunity for a member company to come and exhibit in a platform that it might not normally be as exhibiting in. But that's why my plea is for businesses is that when you get these opportunities, maximize those opportunities. Make sure that you don't take advantage of it, because it's not just about you, it's about someone else who never got that opportunity. And we've had situations where people don't pitch, or you ask someone for a logo, they don't even have a logo for their business, but they want to professionalize their business. So we try to educate and empower businesses. Have an about us. If someone asks you, what is your business about, and you can't even provide a paragraph of what your business, there's missed opportunities. You can't provide a logo. We can't then place you in a booklet with your information. So it's about, we try to provide information to educate you to be ready when the time comes and there's an opportunity for a market access opportunity, you can take that opportunity up. But there are other departments that kind of help with that element of business. business. So we play our small part in that role. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please can we give a round of applause to Siyabonga from Proudly SA. Thank you, my brother. Can we just get a photo of you in front of the, just in the middle there. All right, once again, Proudly SA is at the back. If you'd like more information. Thank you so much. One more time, please, a round of applause for Proudly SA and